The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world. Hello, hello, and welcome to Friday Junior. Is that what they call it? Friday Eve. It is Thursday already. Sean is still gone. I know. What a guy. He'll be back on Tuesday. But today we expect to see the sun. We can hope. It's supposed to be 25, but the smoke sure has moved in. Did you notice what color the sun was today? It's like a glowing fuchsia ball. I did try to take a picture of it. Never does it justice. I'd like to give a shout out to magazines. Now, I talk about them a lot. I'm a lover of holding those shiny newsprint pages, flipping through the pictures, finding my new favorite recipe, and I do have a subscription to Cottage Life. But I want to say they are the only place that reminds you excessively that your subscription is about to end, and that if you don't renew for 47% off the cover price, you'll miss out on issues. And they start reminding you immediately after you sign up. Like, I subscribed to Cottage Life last August. I got one issue and a reminder I only had 5 left if I didn't renew. At Christmas, they offered me a free gift and cheaper subscriptions for family and friends if I wanted to renew right then. And then every month after, I get offers of the Cottage Life calendar if I renew now, or a Cottage Life guest book if I renew now. This month, my magazine came wrapped in plastic so they could include a reminder that my magazine days were coming to an end, and they said they'd send me a cottage cookbook if I signed up. And I've got one issue left, and I'm kind of holding out, like, what will they sweeten the deal with next? But what I like about magazines and them asking you to renew your subscription is that they ask, instead of just silently reusing your credit card info from when you first signed up and hoping you don't notice. Classy move, magazines. Don't ever change. Have you ever been driving and a small, tiny, hard to see thing tries to take you off the road? You know, the ones that in your ear, but never seem to be close enough that when you slap the side of your head, they get smushed. Then they just return seconds later to make you do it again. It could totally be a comedy routine. And I've been stopping each morning for a $1 iced coffee and discovered the mosquitos have found a new hunting ground. And they're telling their family members, fly by this speaker and a sitting target will roll up. They'll put down their window and let you in. Then it'll just be you and them, and they won't be able to do anything about it until they get to their destination. And by then, you'll have hit a bullseye. Speculation has begun about who might headline the Super Bowl next February, and apparently, super unconfirmed and posted about by independent reporters who may just be resharing the rumor and using each other as a source, Harry Styles could be next year's halftime show performer. Now, I think Harry is awesome, but I do call it the One Direction effect. I didn't think One Direction was that great because I only knew their "That's What Makes You Beautiful" song, but then every song I thought was a jam always ended up being by One Direction. And if you feel like you don't know many songs by Harry, don't forget about, allow me to sing this to you, Watermelon Sugar High. And then they have You're So Golden. And then he has that one, As It Was. Okay, that's enough of singing. The other thing is, Super Bowl performers always have guests, so could we put the obvious request in for Louis, Niall, Liam, and Zayn to join him, please? Because I'd like to dance all night. I said I was done singing. But I do want to dance all night, or at least for a minute of the show, to the best song ever. Funeral food. That's what I call egg salad sandwiches. Mainly because I've convinced myself that I hate mayo, and if I make my own egg salad, I'll know there's mayo in there. But if some lovely person drops off a tray of them at a funeral luncheon and I didn't see them put the mayo in there, I will totally enjoy my fill of the funeral food. I was chatting with my mom about it last night, and she said a friend of hers offered to bring funeral potatoes to her barbecue. You're not really selling those well. What are they? Hash brown casserole, called funeral potatoes because they're easy to make in big batches and feed a lot of people, so perfect for a funeral luncheon. I'm going to be honest, if I went to a funeral luncheon with egg salad sandwiches and hash brown casserole, I might be the one in heaven. Is that too dark? What do you expect to see at a funeral luncheon? 780-791-1037. funeral luncheons. There's always the staple items that come in on trays. I can always count on egg salad sandwiches. Betty says lasagna and soup are staples at the funerals she's been to. And I mean, in talking about this, I hope you haven't had to go to too many. My grandpa, so freaked out by food served at funeral luncheons that he will never eat at them. I don't know if he thinks he's going to eat a ghost or something, but in his 92 years, he's been to a lot of funerals, but hasn't ever enjoyed the hard work of the folks who are making the luncheons. And then there's my dad, who's pretty selective at potlucks and in turn at funeral luncheons. He specifically positions himself in the kitchen so he can inspect the food before it's taken out and know who's handing him which casserole dish. Ah, Debbie, I've been to her house. Clean kitchen. This'll be good. Helena, casserole dish with the blue flowers. I'll remember that. Have you heard of the new acronym FAST? It's Free Ad-Supported TV. And many companies are starting to offer it, including Fox, Paramount, and Amazon. And each of these streaming services has a different name than their parents, like Pluto, Freevee, Zumo. But the format's the same. TV streamed in real time that you can flip through the channels of for free. And they have lots of options, like Pluto has the Game Show Network, which is always entertaining, but especially to check out the outfits of folks from decades past as they play the games. There's the Crime Network, has all the shows to give you nightmares like Dateline, Unsolved Mysteries, Criminal Minds, the occasional Law and Order. There's even a channel that just streams the Drew Barrymore show over and over. I'm good with that. Now, of course, it's free for you, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to sit through a few ads. And the parent companies own subscription streaming services as well. And that's what they're hoping, is that you watch their free channel, find your new favorite binge-worthy show, but all the seasons aren't there, or you missed a couple episodes because, of course, you need things on demand now, and you want to see what happened. Well, you know who has the episodes you're looking for? Paramount Plus. You should try it out. Don't worry, it's easy, and we'll automatically renew it for you each month. Have you seen the newest decorations downtown? On the way into Mack Island in the median are a bunch of beautiful canoes. Life-size ones, or maybe even bigger. They're made of plywood and rope. I also saw one over by Willow Square. And I don't know if they're done putting them out or if we'll see more and if they're going to be planters or just be as they are. But I love them. I've driven by them about 4 times now, and they have made me smile each time. I even went this morning to grab a picture of them in case you can't make it downtown to see. It's over on our socials. Please join in my appreciation and excitement of these canoes. They're great.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.